We have come through the 40 days of Lent, through Holy Week, through the celebrations of Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and the Easter Vigil. Today I wish to speak to you about the illumination of the risen Jesus with Mary Magdalene outside the tomb. The scene comes from John chapter 20. It is the final illumination by the team in the St. John's Bible from the Gospels. Donald Jackson places Mary Magdalene at the very center of the illumination. Jesus is standing with his back to us in purple, royal purple, and blue, indicating and pointing us in the direction of his royalty and his complete transformation from a person who has died on the cross. The glory of the risen Christ is really reflected in Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene, who has her hand raised toward Jesus, who is looking directly at Jesus. She is there, after all, because her love has overcome completely her fear of being arrested and anything else that could happen to her. The words on top of Jesus, the risen Jesus, do not hold on to me because I have not yet ascended to my Father. We can only imagine that. What does Mary want to do? She wants to embrace and hold Jesus, this risen Jesus, exactly the way she held him in life. And Jesus is saying, do not hold on to me, because I will not be able to ascend to the Father. Alongside of Mary here is the Hebrew word for Rabboni. In Hebrew, it's Rabuli. But in fact, here, Jesus is referred to as teacher in the word that we ascribe to the Syriac or Aramaic language. That would have been the language that Mary actually speaks. And so we also wanted to nod to the Syriac church, which is the earliest church in the Christian tradition. You can also see 3 crosses on the side here, barely visible. There are also other disciples there. So this encounter occurs between Jesus and Mary Magdalene in the context of other disciples also coming to the tomb. Finally, you'll notice in this dark blue and purple, from the right side, we have bright yellow, orange, greens. That is the new creation coming into this scene, the light of a new day, the light of the 8th day, the light of the Christian message for all of us, of the meaning of Jesus' dying and rising for all of us. The importance of this encounter between Mary Magdalene and Jesus cannot be overstated. She is the first apostle to believe in the risen Lord. So she becomes, if you will, the apostle to the apostles. She brings the message of the risen Lord to the other disciples. And then they themselves have to experience this kind of an encounter. Pope Benedict XVI, Pope Francis have reminded us repeatedly that our Christian faith is not about doctrine primarily. It's not about moral teaching primarily and initially. all of us as believers ultimately need to encounter the risen Christ. And that is, in fact, the source of energy and direction and conviction that anchors everything else. May these 50 days be for you a time of many, many such encounters.